You are about to read an article about why the Amazon rainforest is important. As you listen to and read this article, think about the gist slash the main point of each section and think about how this article is structured. Use your notes from class if you forget the different types of text structures. Title: Why is the Amazon rainforest important? The vital links between the Amazon rainforest, global warming, and you. The Amazon rainforest has long been recognized as a repository of ecological services, not only for local tribes and communities, but also for the rest of the world. It is also the only rainforest that we have left in terms of size and diversity. But as forests burn and global warming worsens, the impact of Amazon deforestation continues to gradually undo the fragile ecological processes that have been refined over millions of years. Ironically, as rainforests continues to disappear, scientific work from the last 2 decades has shed light on the critical ties that link the health of rainforests to the rest of the world, filtering and reprocessing the world's harmful carbon dioxide output. Trees have hidden attributes that play a key role in reducing pollutant levels. Take carbon dioxide, CO2, for example, a gas emitted from both natural and human sources. Over the last 150 years, humans have been pumping massive amounts of CO2, carbon dioxide, into the air by burning fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas. This is a major driver for global climate change. Carbon dioxide in, oxygen out. Under natural conditions, plants remove CO2 from the atmosphere and absorb it for photosynthesis, an energy creating process that yields oxygen, which is released back into the air, and carbon, which allows the plant to grow. So without tropical rainforests, the greenhouse effect would likely be even more pronounced, and climate change may possibly get even worse in the future. So if I'm reading this very first part of this article, I am going to stop as a good reader of nonfiction and I am going to annotate for the gist. So first and foremost, I know that the genre of this article is nonfiction. It is, and I'm just going to put this here, even though I know that as good fifth grade readers, we already know what nonfiction is. So nonfiction, just very quickly, real facts, real events. Just a little note to remind myself of what nonfiction is. And good readers of nonfiction know that whenever we read nonfiction, we ask ourselves, what is the author trying to teach me after every chunk? And essentially, when we're asking ourselves for what the author is trying to teach me, we're asking ourselves to find the gist, the main point of each section. So I'm going to go ahead and just as an example, because you will have to do the gist of another paragraph in this article, I'm going to reread this first paragraph here, and then I'm going to annotate the gist. But as forests burn and global warming worsens, the impact of Amazon deforestation continues to gradually undo the fragile ecological processes that have been refined over millions of years. Whoa, there are a lot of big words in there. Ecological processes, deforestation, nothing that a little bit of Googling and dictionary.com can't solve for you. So if there are words throughout when you're reading as a good reader, if there are words that you don't know, you can use context clues to figure out the meaning of those unknown words, or you can go on dictionary.com and find the meaning of the word. So now, after reading this paragraph, I'm asking myself, what is the author trying to teach me? What is the gist of this first chunk of the text? So I'm going to go ahead and start annotating that. So I know that this paragraph is something about forest burning and global warming getting worse. years. Now I need to identify exactly what does the author want me to get from this little chunk of the text. So I'm just going to read it again. And good readers read as many times as they have to, as many times as it takes for them to understand the text. If you read a paragraph and you say to yourself, I have no clue what that means, I learned nothing from that paragraph, then you're wasting time and you're not practicing those good reading habits that we talk about all the time, which are useful in school and in life. So I'm going to go ahead and write the gist. So the gist this paragraph is that forest, just going to move this tad bit over so that we can see it, is that forest fires and global warming are hurting. And I got this piece, the word hurting has a meaning behind it. It has a negative meaning behind it. And the word that basically led me to that word was worsens. Worsens to me implies a negative. Something negative is happening here as a result of these two things. So the gist of this paragraph is that forest fires and global warming are hurting the way process is the way that something is done. So the way that the rainforest has been functioning for millions of years. So the author, from this short paragraph, the author wants me to understand that something bad is happening to the rainforest, essentially, and that those bad things are leading to more and more damage to an aspect of our world that we so desperately need. Now you are going to find the gist of this paragraph here that starts with trees and ends in change. So again, the gist is the main point, and good readers of nonfiction always ask themselves, what is the author trying to teach me?